Hey cruisers, welcome. I was adjusting my foothold there. So we've kind of redesigned the set a little bit. We got a brand new carpet in here, so we had to move everything around. And Mr. Cruise Tips TV and I are like, whoa, everything feels really different. I'm like way over on this side of my desk, and I'm just completely thrown off. It's just such a weird feeling. So welcome everybody. Welcome to March Muster. Special thanks to Tanya Carey for naming this wonderful vlogging event where we're going to be vlogging 3 times a week, every week in the month of, I did it again, the month of March. On our podcast, I said the month of March instead of the month of March. So sorry, I guess that's just the way my, my brain is translating it. Anyway, we are going live 3 times per week, every single week in the month of March. So you can count on us being here as long as we're all healthy and well and good every single Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It is so wonderful to see all of you here. Tonight's episode is brought to you by our friends at cruiseline.com and Shipmate app. Check out their new logo, you guys. We're flashing their new logo on the screen tonight. It's really pretty. You all are very familiar with cruiseline.com and Shipmate app by now, but the one thing I want to remind you to do is to write your review of your cruise, right in the Shipmate app. When you do it, send me a screenshot, send me a direct message over on Facebook or on Instagram, screenshot the review, and I might just share it on my Instagram stories. We'd love to see some of your reviews over there. And when I see your review that you've written right in the Shipmate app, I will make sure that I'm friends with you on Shipmate app too. So if you're not familiar with Shipmate app, make sure you download it on your phone and add me as a friend. I'm Cruise Tips TV, all one word, no spaces, no dashes, no underscores. It's so wonderful to see all of you here. Yes, Mike and Cheryl, I was having withdrawals too. So yeah, it's been a busy couple of months. We haven't been live for a full month. Let me give you a quick life update, and then I promise we're gonna answer your cruise questions, and we're gonna be here all month to answer those cruise questions, so it's coming, but I know that I need to give you guys a life update because it's been a month. Okay, so 3 weeks ago, you may have seen our video where we came on and announced that we were booked on the Diamond Princess cruise ship. Diamond Princess, by the way, we were not booked on that ship until later this spring, like April. Diamond Princess is the ship that just finished a quarantine over in Yokohama in Japan after the big coronavirus incident. So we were in a little bit of limbo there because we didn't know what was going to happen with that cruise. About 2 weeks ago, we did find out, we got the email from Princess saying that our sailing had been canceled. So right now that leaves us with an opening in our cruise schedule in spring. So we're looking to go on a cruise maybe sometime in April, May, something like that, but we absolutely don't have any plans yet. We're hoping by the end of March Muster, by the end of this month, that we'll have something to announce to you guys, but life has been super busy, work has been super busy, and quite honestly, we just wanted to make a nice slow decision and do what feels right. We might even book a last minute cruise, like really last minute, like with 2 weeks notice, because there's some really great deals out there right now, and we might take advantage of something like that. We just don't know, but we'll keep you all very closely posted. If you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, you probably saw some crazy pictures of us not being on a cruise. We went to Cabo San Lucas for my corporate incentive trip. Junior went and my mom went. Mr. Cruise Tips TV stayed home and worked his tail off on redoing our website, cruisetipstv.com, which is totally redone. It's still a work in progress, by the way, so yes, check it out, but know that there's a lot more going on. We're gonna be doing a lot more articles and a lot more blog type posts because we realize that there's a real need for the written word, and we can take a lot of the information that we've turned our tip videos into over the years, turn those into articles and share with you that way. So we hope you like it. We'd love your feedback. Check it out. Anyhow, Junior and Grammy, my mom and I, all enjoyed a wonderful stay at the Hyatt Ziva in Los Cabos, which is an all-inclusive resort. It was incredibly restful and rejuvenating, and it was just what all of us needed. The three of us really enjoyed doing nothing. And by nothing, I mean eating, drinking, swimming, and playing on the beach for 5 nights. We went horseback riding. Junior made new friends. He played beach volleyball. He played beach soccer. And my mom and I just hung out and talked and drank cocktails and mocktails. And the biggest decision we had to make for 5 nights was where we were going to eat for dinner. And it was really special. Much needed. So turning my attention entirely to all of you guys, before I do that, there is one more thing I would like to share tonight, and that I already did mention this in the chat, but many of you know that our dear friends from YouTube, Sean and Steph, and I'm not making eye contact right now because I'm trying to get a link for you guys, that our dear friend Sean has been diagnosed with very serious pancreatic cancer, and they're in a very difficult situation right now. Emma from Cruising Isn't Just for Old People and Ben and David from Cruise With are putting together a 12-hour live stream event for Sean and Steph. It is going to be a fundraiser that is going to be this Friday, March 6th, and it's actually United Kingdom time. It's 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., but I've got to do the math in my head and think about, I think they're 8 hours behind us. So anyway, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. I will be a guest on the live stream, and there's almost anyone you can think of in the cruising world is going to be there showing our support and fundraising for them. And I have pasted a link to that event in the live chat, and if you feel called to watch or donate, anything that you can do is much appreciated, but just know that I know that everyone's love and prayers and wonderful sentiments at this terribly difficult time are much appreciated. Sean is very young. I believe he's in his early 40s, and it's just not fair. It's just not fair. But with that said, we're here to support them and send them our love. Please join us Friday. Let's get to some cruise questions, folks. That's what we're here for, and we're excited to help you out. Cricket Fox, thank you so much for clarifying that. 8 hours behind. So set your Pacific time, right, Cricket Fox? You guys, I've put the link in the Facebook page. You can check it out there. Sam K said, question, when you say thermal suites, what exactly is that? Good question, Sam. When we say thermal suites, we're referring to the awesome, wonderful spa area on a cruise that is basically comprised of things like thalassotherapy pools, saunas, and steam rooms. And it's generally adjacent to the treatment rooms where you go get massages and facials, adjacent to the salon where you get your hair did and your pedicures and all that good stuff. And generally speaking, they are not complimentary. Usually it's an upcharge, but some ships offer partial complimentary access. Hope that helps. Thomas Ever After said, taking our first cruise in March, just the hubs and I celebrating our 15th anniversaries. Your videos are so helpful. Aw, just a nice comment. Thank you so much. Lori Zorbrat said, I'm thinking about a Scandinavian cruise next. Love to see the fjords and any northern lights. Any suggestions? Oh, yes. Definitely, definitely, Lori. For the fjords and the northern lights, what I want you to do is make sure you pay close attention to the dates of those cruises and make sure that they actually say something about the potential to see northern lights. In fact, I would search for northern lights cruises to make sure that you get a better chance of that. I believe we've got Princess, MSC, and Holland America, and many other lines all doing that area, and that's something that we'd like to do too. Dana said, if people have questions about sailing out of Seattle, I can get you answers since I live here. Yay! Dana, Seattle expert in the house tonight. Thank you so much. Sue Pola said, loving your Instagram stories. Thank you, Sue Pola. I'm going to give everybody a link to our Instagram page. When we reach 15,000 followers on Instagram, we're going to have a special giveaway. It is so much fun to hang out on our Instagram, you guys, because what we do there is we post in stories. Stories, if you're not familiar, are like little mini videos. We have life updates. I have a Cooking with Junior segment. We have links to our blog posts on our website. We have photos from our and videos from our trip to Hyatt Ziva, all of it saved in the highlights, so go follow us on Instagram. We would love to have you there. Nancy Campbell said, what is your favorite travel alarm? Ooh, Mr. Cruise Tips TV. Nancy, shoot me a direct message on Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you can DM me, and I'll get you a link to our cute little wood-backed one. It's so cute. We have it in our Amazon store. Debbie Cabrera, are you going to be going to Europe cruise? The one you had was informative and you'd love to see another. We hope so, Debbie. We hope to be on the inaugural sailing or something around the inaugural sailing for Enchanted Princess to Europe this summer if we can. So we'll see how that unfolds. Miguel Espinoza said, Sherry, loved your podcast. It was hilarious and all over the place, but I totally loved it. 34 days until my Easter cruise on Liberty of the Seas. That's awesome, Miguel. I can't see the bottom of Miguel's comment, so if you could move Debbie's, then I could see Miguel's. I think there's more to that. Okay. Thanks for all your help. Okay, great. Thank you, Miguel. Bryce said, how far in advance should I book my excursions? Great question, Bryce. Kind of depends on you. If you're going somewhere like Alaska, book them early because they tend to sell out. If you're going somewhere like the Caribbean, they generally don't sell out too much. But if there's something you have your heart set on, book it early or you could lose the opportunity and you could always cancel it later. So as soon as you know what you want to do, I'd say book it. Holly Ayers is in the house. She says, we'll be on Princess for our first Alaska cruise in 2021. I've heard some concerning things about safety in Seattle. We want to spend 3 days there before the cruise. What's been your experience? I haven't heard that, Holly. I think if I were you, if you're concerned about that, maybe stay in a hotel relatively close to the cruise port and just don't wander around too much at night alone, but I have not heard that very much at all. James Sablon said, what's your biggest pet peeve? Ooh, my biggest cruise pet peeve is when people treat the crew without respect or they're rude to the crew. I hate it. It makes me want to bring out my claws and take care of the situation, although of course I'd never do that. Nothing bothers me more than someone being rude to a crew member. Jenny Estes says, Las Caletas had some bad reviews on Carnival website, but you love it. Yes, Jenny, I love it. And my friends who have been, I have 2 sets of friends who have just been and come back, and they both said it was the highlight of their cruise. One of them was on Carnival Panorama, one of them was on Royal Princess, and they loved it. It's crowded and there's a lot of people, but it's a very special day. If you want to do something different or less crowded, book another one of the Vallarta Adventures tours that's more high adventure, small group. Those are also incredible. Nancy Campbell says, what shoes do you wear on the pool or Lido deck? Nancy, I wear flip-flops. Margie Thornton said, going on Princess in April, best time to book for next spring now with coronavirus or wait until. Okay, Margie, it's really up to you. There are some great deals right now, and Princess has extended their best sale ever to this new promo that's an ongoing excellent deal. So I'd say book something now if it looks good to you and watch for price drops. I would like to thank Sandy Freeze so much for the super chat and Luis Anthony. Thank you guys so much. Luis says, going on the MSC Seaside after watching your videos, also buying packing cubes. Thank you for being fun and informative. Hey, thanks, Luis. Is it Luis or Louis? Luis. We're actually looking at going on MSC Seaside again and staying in the yacht club this time and maybe going to check out their new private island. So that is on our dream list too. But thank you. And thank you again, Sandy, for the super chat. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Kristen McCaskill said, going on Harmony soon. How much are the drinks on board? Trying to decide if we should get the drink package. OMG, you need to watch our video about this. I wish I could search for it right now, but when you go to our our YouTube channel right here, go to videos, type in Royal Caribbean drink package, watch the video, and use our drink package estimator from our website to check that out. Can you paste in the drink package estimator? Mr. Cruise Tips TV is gonna put it in the chat so that you can do the drink package estimator. I will be honest with you, of all the cruise lines I've been on, I found that I get the most value from a drink package on Royal Caribbean, especially if they go on super sale, which they do, and the drinks are expensive. The cocktails run like 13 bucks. And so for me, I saved money with the drink package probably, but it's a personal decision. Okay, John Gemelli said, will prices drop drastically because of the virus? John, I think they're going to. I'm not an expert on this, but based on what I'm hearing from people who are experts, I think we're gonna see some price drops, but I also think we're gonna see 2 different types of things. One, which you saw with Windstar already last week, that's gonna be a trend. Mark my words, this is gonna be a trend. You're gonna see more flexible cancellation policies coming. I think that's a given. That's gonna have to happen. The cruise industry is gonna have to adjust to that. You are also going to see more of the types of things that Princess is doing where they're throwing all of everything they have to offer out there for you. So like you saw with Princess, they're taking best sale ever and making it a permanent promotion. You're going to see more of that type of thing. You may not see necessarily fares drop specifically, but you'll see deals on air, you're going to see better cancellation policies, and you're gonna see perks. I believe that that will be true. I'm hoping that by the time we roll into spring and we roll into summer, that coronavirus is going to be a thing of the past. Of course, that's what we're hoping, but in the meantime, we're just taking everything day by day. I'd like to thank Brian Smith. Thank you, Brian, for the super chat. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Colton V said, were you lucky enough to hear the Love Boat horn on the Royal Princess? Isn't it dreamy? Yes, Colton, it never gets old. Absolutely love it. Gives me chills every time. Daisy Roman said, should we book our next cruise on next cruise? Oh, okay, I think you mean, should you book at the next cruise desk, Daisy, on Royal Caribbean? Is that what you meant? Yes, I think the perks, if you're going to continue to sail with Royal Caribbean, I would at least put down a deposit on that. There are some perks. I don't know all of them. Check with Matt at Royal Caribbean blog on his website. He can tell you, but yeah. Andis Mom Cody said, are you tempted to try Virgin yet? Not really, Andis Mom Cody, because we like to cruise as a family. That's not to say we wouldn't give it a try, but it's not at the top of my list at the present moment. Corey Pregant said, 14-day Caribbean East-West Adventure November with Princess, looking at mini suite M1, MD, NB. Ah, yes. Corey, we answered this on the podcast for you. So give that a listen, but basically it's probably different decks. So I don't know specifically what the naming category is, but it might be like ME might be Mini Suite Emerald deck or something like that. MD might be Dolphin, but have your travel agent check into that for you. Amanda Rodriguez said, have you been in the spa on Royal? How was it? Is it worth the price? I haven't, Amanda. We were so busy on Harmony of the Seas that I haven't, but I've heard good things. I'm sorry that I don't have a more thorough answer. Becky Hopper said, I know you booked some excursions through Shipmate. We're looking at some for our Mediterranean cruise. Would you recommend? Can you move Amanda's out of the way for me, pal? Thank you. Would I recommend? I think you just mean would I recommend. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it's hard because there's not a lot. There's missing grammar. So yes, I would. When you book through Shipmate, typically you're booking through ShoreFox. I had a very good experience with the two that I booked and paid for. I would highly recommend it. Shelby Reyes says, shore excursions in Bermuda, going on Adventure of the Sea in September. I believe everybody recommends going to Horseshoe Bay. Is that what it is, guys? I think that Doug Parker at Cruise Radio has a how-to on how to get to Horseshoe Bay. So go to cruiseradio.net and type in Horseshoe Bay and see what you can find. Colton B, tips for sailing out of NYC. I've never done it. Let's see if we can get some of our NYC friends to offer some tips. I would appreciate it. So busy in the chat tonight, guys. I've barely even taken a look here at the chat. I'm sorry about that. Captain Disney said, going on Majesty of the Seas in April, what are some good swimwear for guys to protect yourself from sunburn? I would recommend rash guards. If you go to our Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/cruise tips TV, in the men's clothing section, we have some rash guards to protect your skin. Good brands for those would be Quicksilver, Hurley, any other surf brand is great. And my husband really likes what we call like amphibious shorts. They're the kind that you can wear. You can wear them in the water, but you can also just wear them on the beach. They're kind of like swimwear that also doubles as regular shorts. They're great. So we've got some of those in there too. Meredith Doyle said, what is the key on Royal Caribbean? Meredith, the key is a program that you buy into and you buy some perks. So you buy some dining perks, priority embarkation, debarkation, and some other special perks. There's a lot of debate out there about whether or not it's worth it. Honestly, I feel like the getting on and off the ship is so smooth on Royal Caribbean anyway that I personally wouldn't invest in it. It also comes with internet, I think, but I don't think it's worth the money personally. All right. Margie Thornton said, really want a balcony cabin. Should I start looking at Ocean View and hope and pray for an upgrade when speaking with a travel agent? You could, Margie, but if your heart is set on it, just book a guarantee balcony or something that's less expensive, or pick a date that's less expensive for you. Christian Ahern, which drink package do you recommend on Royal Caribbean? Depends on if you drink alcohol or not. If you don't drink alcohol, the Royal Refreshment package is great. Sometimes around $26 a day on a good day. But the full drink package is also great. It depends on what your needs are. Okay. Jay Michaels. Oh, nope, Johnson. What's the best time for a Mediterranean cruise? Wow, it really depends on what type of weather you like. I think spring and fall are beautiful in the Med and less crowded than summer, personally. Jay Michaels, 1022. Any recommendations on excursions in Cabo, Mazatlan, or Puerto Vallarta? Yes, absolutely. Jay Michaels, we have lots of vlogs on them, and I'd love to share those with you. So go to our channel, click on videos, and go to playlists. Look for Carnival Miracle, Carnival Splendor, and Royal Princess vlogs. But I'm going to give you the quick and dirty. In Cabo, I love a company called Cabo Sailing for a day sail. We also love taking a water taxi to Medano Beach. That's also great. In Puerto Vallarta, I like to get a day pass at the Hyatt Ziva or the Now Amber. A lot of people recommend walking or taking a cab, to the Marriott for a cheaper day pass. In Mazatlan's tough, but I think a little taxi over to Stone Island can be fun if you don't want to spend a lot of money, or get a day pass at a resort there. Hope that helps. Watch our vlogs. We have tons of inspiration for those ports there. The George, Lara in Carnival cruises, are you able to hear loud people in the rooms across from you? Sometimes if you're close to loud people, sometimes not. It can be the case for any cruise ship. I would recommend booking away from an elevator and either at the front or the back of the ship if you're noise sensitive. We're noise sensitive and we do that. We don't like to be midship at all. Shorty, 1234114 or something like that. 14-day British Isles, Norway, and Ireland cruise in May with Norwegian leaving from Amsterdam. What would you do if you were on this cruise? Shorty, are you saying would I keep it based on the current health situation in the world? I would absolutely keep it unless I was told otherwise. Let the cruise line be your guide. Personally, that's what I would do. Samantha Vander Waldo said, you have to have a reservation for green eggs and ham breakfast on Carnival. Yes, you do. Must-dos for an 11-year-old boy on Carnival Ecstasy. Must do. Oh, I think Carnival Ecstasy has a candy shop. If they have Guy's Burgers, definitely, and the arcade will be my must-dos for them. Pascal Smith, super chat, says, back from Symphony, husband complimented me on how organized I had everything. I said, thank you, Sherry at Cruise Tips TV. My goodness, Pascal, that is wonderful. I'm so glad you impressed your hubby with your cruise planning skills, and it's absolutely our pleasure. That is why we're here, and that makes me very happy. Thank you. Kristen Hill said, getting ready to book a 12-day Europe cruise out of Venice on Carnival Legend. Have you been on that boat? I haven't been on that ship, Kristen, but I've heard good things about it. I'd say whatever cruise line you choose for Europe should be the cruise line you normally like to cruise with, so go for it. Sounds really, really fun. All right. I know we've got some good questions coming in. Mr. Cruise Tips TV is trying to stay caught up with me. Here we go. Michelle Ann DeGroot said, oh, what brand were your vacuum bags you used on your 10-night Alaska cruise? We have a few bulky jackets. I don't remember the brand, but I know that they're in our shop, and I'll get a link for you. Do you think you can find those right now, or is that too hard to do? Might be kind of hard to do. I think that they're in our Cruise Essentials, or I think, I know where they are. They're probably in our Alaska cruise store, so let me get a link for you. Okay, Michelle, I'm going to pop this in the chat right now and check in the Alaska store for those bags. Typing. Okay. Mary Kate N said, when is the best time to book excursions? Is there a prime time like buying airline? Yeah, no, the prices stay the same. There's no prime time. There's just whether or not you're cruising to an area where they could become kind of impacted and it could sell out. So if it's Alaska, book early. If not, I wouldn't worry too much about it. LD said, I'm thinking of taking my own water on my Mediterranean cruise in April. What's the process for going through security with bottled water? You can't. So you're good. Oh, you mean water security at the airport or security at the cruise port? Depends on what cruise line you're going on and if they still allow plastic water bottles. Carnival does not. Other cruise lines, typically you can just carry it through, but you need to take it in your carry-on bag. So the policy is in your carry-on, whether that's a backpack, a rolling suitcase, whatever. Amanda Rodriguez said, are there smoothies in the Solarium Bistro? How did you feel about the food served there? We didn't eat there, Amanda. I'm so sorry. We stayed away from the Solarium because we were cruising with the kids, so I can't help you with that. But I'm quite sure that someone here in the chat can tell you what they think about the Solarium. Okay, BLT Meek said, what brand of packing cubes do you like the best? Thank you, we've really enjoyed your vlog. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, that's awesome. Okay, I have a lot of favorite brands because I like them for different reasons. I'm gonna link to our Packing Cube store right here in the chat, but I can tell you some of my favorites. Begale has excellent value on packing cubes. A good old classic Shack is great. Amazon Basics are also excellent. eBags packing cubes are wonderful. And Eagle Creek. Those would be my top picks, and I've just popped in our pretty rainbow colored Amazon store. For those, you're gonna love them. And you will be able to find some good stuff in there. All right, Barbie. I've never been to Bermuda, but everybody's recommending Horseshoe Bay for you. Riley Byers said, hi Sherry, I have a question. I picked an embarkation time of 1:30 p.m. and I just wanted to know if it's crowded at that time. I hear everyone likes to go early. Yeah, Riley, it's gonna start dying down around 1:30, most likely, depending on where you're cruising, probably is gonna be dying down by then. Christine Levesque says, where do you go on NCL to book show seats? I think you can do some of them online, but I'm not sure if it's guest services or a kiosk these days. I think it depends on the ship, so maybe somebody else can weigh in on that. And Reeser said, does the price drop on cruises before the final payment date? Yeah, it's more it can, and it's more effective to use a price drop tool, like setting a price alert on cruiseline.com, for example. More effective to use that before final payment. After payment, it's harder to get an adjustment. Michelle Andegroot said, what's your Canadian affiliate link for your Amazon store? Let me see if I have that for you. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, it's always in the description of the video. So if you, let's see here, let me see if I can get in there and get that Canada affiliate link for you. I think I can get it for you real quick. Apostolic Cruiser said, binoculars for Alaska, ? Yes. We do recommend some binoculars for Alaska, and we have some in our Alaska store. So go to amazon.com/shop/cruise tips TV. And what you want to do is you want to get some travel size ones. You don't really need a full size set of binoculars for Alaska, so you should be able to find those no problem. Okay. And I'm coming in with that affiliate link for you, Michelle. Sorry, it's taking me a moment because I lost the chat, but it's coming back. I can see it. Okay, here's affiliate links for Canada, the UK, and the US, where you can shop our Amazon stores. Okay, hopefully those came in okay. Oh, I'm thinking maybe it was too much. Red Baker said, have you ever tried the Dirty Clean packing cubes? Red, not really. We just use a hamper throughout the cruise, and then we put everything dirty back in the cubes. Colton B said, should we expect a future cruise announcement during March muster? Lordy, Colton, I hope so. I have the wicked case of cruise fever right now, and the lack of having something secured is driving me bonkers. So, gosh, I sure hope so. Man, I sure hope so. That's how I really feel. All right. Okay, let's see here. Shorty12341 said, we've booked an excursion in Bergen, Norway through Shipmate. However, I have not heard from the excursion provider. What should I do in this case? You should have received a confirmation immediately upon booking from ShoreFox, and you should contact ShoreFox immediately and ask them what's going on, and check your spam folder in case it was sent there. Apostolic Cruiser said, need small binoculars, looking for advice on a good pair that fits into a carry-on. You need a specific link. Okay, let me see if our Alaska store has some for you. I'm gonna check here, okay? Let's see, where is my Alaska store? I know we can get you some. You might need to message me. If I can't get this done for you right now, I might need to have you message me on Facebook. Oh, I found a pair. There's 2 pairs in our Alaska store. So I'm getting them right now. I can see those little guys. Binoculars, here we go. All right, Apostolic Cruiser, there it is for you. Ready for the next one, Mr. Cruise Tips TV? Oh dear, Seth, Knock and Scratch is back, huh? You guys are so funny, your secret codes. Vernon's still looking for calendar batteries. I love that story, Vernon. All the inside jokes we have here on Cruise Tips TV. It gets out of hand, doesn't it? Okay. Let's see. Oh, Nancy Campbell said, what is your favorite bug repellent for a Caribbean cruise? Good old-fashioned off spray, Nancy, because it comes in travel size, and I love that. Other people say that Skin So Soft from Avon works really well, and they've also got those bug-repelling bracelets that you can wear that are cool. My buddy Stephen Ames is in the house. Stephen said, planning a 2021-2022 cruise, where should I go? Well, Stephen, I know you've done Europe, and I know you've done the Caribbean, so I think you should go to Alaska. That's where I think you should go, my friend. Gina Recchia said, have you guys ever bid on an upgrade? Any advice? Gina, we have, actually, I think we might have done it on NCL one time and we were too cheap, so our bid didn't get accepted. My advice is don't bid more than you really want to pay because you might get locked into it, depending on the way that you bid. But, you know, book the cabin you really want if your heart is set on that upgrade. Inspired Destination Travel says, I've missed you guys. Thank you so much. I've missed you too. It has been a long month without all of y'all, and it's just been so busy, but we've been excited to plan this event. Do we have any newbies in the house tonight, guys? I would love to know if we have. What?
Tommy's in the house.
Tommy Casabona? Where?
He's asking a question.
Oh, Tommy said, have you bought any cruise stock in the past few days? Yeah, we did. Tommy, we bought Carnival we got a few shares when it was like 35, and then we bought more when it went below 32. I gotta tell you though, Tommy, we're still working our way up to 100 shares. We're not like rolling in the dough here where we're like buying 100 shares all the time. I wish we were. We're still not at 100 shares. So we don't even get the stock perk, but we are trying so hard to get there. If we had a little more cash we could throw at it right now, we probably would have, but we're saving for a cruise. So it's like, okay, you can't just be spending all our grocery money on stocks. But yeah, did you? Oh my God, I know, it's crazy, you guys, right? I bought Carnival, by the way. I didn't buy Norwegian or Royal Caribbean, but just, because that's kind of what we're working towards is Carnival. I don't have any other stock in the other ones, but yeah. Helen's new, Margie's new, Christopher Hall is new. Who else is new? Let's see here. Oh, Trucker LP is new. Banya, am I saying your name right, Banya? Please let me know. John Carey, thank you for the super chat, my wonderful friend, Uncle John. John said, this stream is so fun, been forever since we sailed on Carnival. Is there one thing Carnival does now that we should not miss? Oh, there's more than one thing. I mean, obviously, John, Guy's Burgers, they are really that good. They really, really, really are that good. And Carnival just has great service. I don't know how they do it. I just don't know how they do it. Any other newbies in the house? Angela Mumford. Yay. Oh, Roger. So glad that you're here, Roger. Yes, I remember you from Facebook. Amy, Polly, Holly, M. Trucker. Candace is new. Tara Rudd. Oh, look at all our newbies here. Gabriella. Michelle's new. Oh, Darcy's new. The Wandering Bears are new. Okay, you guys, I love this. Oh, Fallen. Fallen said, welcome to our family. Okay, guys, if I did not read your name out, know that I go back and I watch the live chat later, like when I'm in the bathtub and I have time. So I see you, newbies. If I missed you, I see you. And I just really want to welcome you to our channel. Hi, LaShonda. We have a very special cruise crew here at Cruise Tips TV. Loving, wonderful, nurturing. It's a great place, and we're so glad you're here. And we hope you've subscribed already. I'm assuming you have subscribed, but if not, you hit that button right now. I'm getting a little bossy about being a subscriber, right? Anyway, let's get back to some questions, you guys. I still feel the energy tonight. Let's keep going. All right. I still want to know if Tommy bought stock. Did you find out? Okay, you find out. Tommy, you message me on Insta if we don't find out tonight. I'm going to need to know. Okay. All right. Thank you, Supola, for encouraging everyone to subscribe. We do encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We have so many fun things that we do here at Cruise Tips TV, live streams like this, travel vlogs, all kinds of fun stuff, but you can follow us wherever you'd like. Nancy Campbell said, what's the best day to shop on the ship? The day they have the sales, Nancy, and you never know when it's going to be, but usually it's a sea day. Daniel Wong said, is it still safe going? I booked the same Mexican cruise for 321 leaving from LA. Do you think it's still safe to travel with coronavirus happening? This will be my first cruise. Okay, Daniel Wong, I'm really glad you brought this up because I know that everyone needs to hear about this. We need to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it right now. I'm going to tell you where my heart is on this. Obviously, it's a very scary situation. At the present moment, I believe that cruising within North America, the Caribbean, Alaska, the Mexican Riviera is relatively low risk. At the present moment, I believe that. If anything changes, we'll have this discussion again. I would absolutely not cancel your Los Angeles cruise. If something changes and you see that this virus becomes much more serious in Mexico, on the Pacific coast or Baja California where you're going, you can revisit this at that time. However, guys, the places you should probably avoid traveling are the places that are serious, where there's serious occurrences of this. Asia, obviously, certain regions of Italy currently, and some other areas. However, otherwise, let's not live in fear of this, and let's keep in mind what we're dealing with here and the role that the media plays in how you feel. So please research the facts and research the sensationalistic reporting and find out what you're really comfortable with. Talk to your doctor. Talk to cruise experts. Listen to cruise experts. Go listen to Cruise Radio's podcast today and listen to Stuart Chiron and Doug talking about this. Cruise industry experts. Hear what they have to say and what the risk is. I will be cruising at the present moment to areas that are not affected without any qualms at all. Will I be cautious? I will be absolutely as cautious as I always am, probably just as cautious as I would be during flu season, which is very cautious. We wash our hands frequently. If we become ill, we stay inside. If we see someone who's still ill, we keep our distance. We sneeze into our arms. We sanitize our hands. We sanitize things on the airplane. You use common sense just like you would anytime traveling during flu season or traveling period. That is my rant. Now you know how I feel. Nancy Hart said, planning first trip Hawaii, should I cruise inter-island or just stay in one place? Oh, I think a cruise to Hawaii is a great start, so you can island hop, fly over and do maybe one of Norwegian's inter-island cruises. I think it's a wonderful way to get to know which island you love the most, and then go back on a land vacation to whichever one is your favorite. Bill Bayungo said, it's been about 10 years since I've been on a cruise on Carnival. How much have the boats changed, if at all? Bill, a ton. Their newer ships are obviously a lot larger and have a lot more offerings, but I have to be honest with you, their older ships are still charming and wonderful and some of my favorite ships in the cruise world. And how can you not love Carnival Splendor, Carnival Miracle, and even the funky fantasy class ships are great. So in a lot of ways, they haven't changed at all. They still focus on simplicity and service and things like that. You can still go to formal night if you want to. That's still an option. So it's a combination for sure. Okay. Thank you, Christopher Hall, for the kind words. Lorraine Griffiths said, been following you for years, but first time watching you live and not on replay and commenting. Yay, welcome. Miss Sparling, been watching you for years. Thank you. Kristen Hill, we've only been on one cruise. Which cruise line would you choose for a 12-day Europe cruise out of Venice or Rome? 12 days? I think some of your offerings for that would be Princess and Holland America. I might choose Princess. The MSC Yacht Club is a wonderful product too. I'm not sure if they have 12-nighters, but those are what my choices would be. What the Flying Fish said, Alaska cruise in September, 7-day versus 11-day on NCL Sun, which is better? 100% take the 11-day cruise if you can take it. What the Flying Fish, 11 days to Alaska would be heavenly. I don't know which cruise line you're looking at. There's a difference, but totally do 11 days. Samantha Vanderwall. Can you move Samantha's up for me, babe? I see, Samantha, you have a question about faster to the fun. Your arrival time is 11:30 to 12. How much before that can you arrive? Personally, I'd get there at 10:30. You might be waiting, but that's just me. That's what I would do, Samantha. All right. Hey, Captain Disney said, can you use Bluetooth headphones or speakers with your phone on a cruise ship? I think you can if you connect your Bluetooth to the speakers, right? I think you can. Okay. Aw, thank you, Fallen. Always so sweet. Gonna answer more questions, guys. We're rolling until 6:45 tonight. Okay. Diana Gonzalez says, I have a repositioning cruise from Miami to New England and Canada. What should I pack? I'm a Miami girl and I have no clue how April weather would be like. Okay, so in New England, it's going to be chilly and spring-like, and obviously as you move through the eastern seaboard and as you get down closer to the south in Miami, it should warm up. But I think you're going to be packing some swimsuits to hang out in the pool and the jacuzzis. Hopefully they'll heat them, but I would be packing winter and spring wear because it sounds like you've got a lot of sea days there. So I would imagine in April, it's going to be cool for at least the first half of that cruise, Diana. If anybody wants to weigh in on who's done an itinerary like that, we would love to hear from you. Please. Seth, Jungle Juice, of course. Yeah, it looks like that Bluetooth is going to work out just fine for you. Everybody's kind of saying that. Cool. You out of questions? Okay, I'm gonna scan for questions now and see if we have any more that I have missed. If not, we'll just hang out for a little bit and see how everybody's doing. Andis Mom Cody said, agree with all the sanitation tips. Yes, always gotta be cautious. Family Ocean said on a 12-day cruise, definitely do Princess. I like that. Excellent. Ooh, yeah, BLT Meeks carrying Clorox wipe and spray. All these good tips, you guys. Christopher Hall said, I'm going to go on a cruise ship, Norwegian, on January 2nd to Orlando, Florida. What do I need to pack? Okay, so Christopher, it sounds like you're probably going on a Caribbean cruise. If you're going on a Caribbean cruise, you're going to want to pack like nice resort wear types of things. We do have lots and lots of packing tips on our website and here on the channel, so just search packing and watch some of our packing videos for Caribbean cruises, and that's really going to help you out. All right, and Reeser said, what are the chances we'll see sea life while cruising in the Southern Caribbean end of August? I don't know how much sea life you might see down there in the Southern Caribbean, and it's not something I have a lot of experience with, but I mean, I think it's possible that you might see some cool things. It's just probably a little bit unpredictable, but it's not like Alaska where you can count on necessarily seeing like whales and stuff like that. OMG, Matt from Royal Caribbean Vlog is in the house. So yeah, Matt, I jumped into Matt's live stream tonight on my commute on the way home from work. So I popped in when I was leaving the office and I wrote a note to Matt like, hi Matt, but then I said I cannot type because I'm driving. So I just listened to his live stream all the way home and it was so fun. And Matt, if you really think that that's what I look like driving home in my car on the way home from work, you're mistaken. So this is the picture that Matt painted. He's like, Sherry is in her car right now on her commute home from work, and her blonde hair is blowing in the wind in her Mazda Miata. And I'm like, okay, like if you could only see me right now. I'm in my 2002 Mom SUV that hasn't been washed in 6 weeks because it keeps sprinkling in California. I tore off my sweater because I was hot and sticky and gross, and I was chugging a bottle of water and thinking, I gotta go home and put some mascara on before the live stream. So yes, very glamorous, Matt. Very glamorous. A day in the life of Sherry is all that in a bag of nope. Anyway, but I thought that was so cute. I laughed. You got me in such a good mood for a Monday night, Matt. I thank you for that. If you guys have not gone onto one of Matt's many Royal Caribbean live streams, you're missing out. I feel like when I go onto one of Matt's live streams, I feel like I'm like a computer and someone has plugged a thingy into the side of my head and I'm rapidly downloading Royal Caribbean information. It's like beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Now I know all these facts and it's just like the most amazing thing ever. So Matt, I love you. Give my best to the family and thank you for being awesome. We're total Royal Caribbean blog fans in this house. Amanda Bailey said, hi, I'm new. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Patty Ray said, use the norovirus wipes you suggested. Totally helped to keep us well on Caribbean Princess. Oh, you were on the ship that was cut short. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You guys, I gotta tell you, it's scaring me. The wipes are selling out. People are freaking out and they're buying out all the Santa hands and things. I'm gonna put our Germ Fighter store in the chat right now. You guys, look at this. The stuff is selling out. It's really scaring me. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Haha. Oh, I got both the troublemakers in the house tonight. We've got Seth and Matt and Tommy and Mike, all the troublemakers. It's like beyond a trifecta. Oh, Tiffany, thank you for the super chat. Tiffany said, CTTV, love your channel and the positivity you spread, keeping up with the positive cruise talk and avoiding the hatefulness in the chat. Oh yeah, no. We don't allow that here. Not acceptable. We don't do that. We don't allow that. It's just not okay. All right, Mr. Crucive TV, what am I missing in the party? I'll answer more questions, but sometimes I just like to hang out in the chat. Thank you, Purple Lover. Okay, Banya, the most silly question of the day, can you drink tap water on a cruise? You're wondering as you read somewhere, but it sounds kind of scary. Yeah, you totally can, Banya. And when you go to the dining room and they serve you a glass of ice water with ice in it, it is tap water. It's fully desalinated, very safe to drink. Personally, I like to drink some bottled water too on a cruise. I mix, but mostly I do. Okay, Tanya Borquez, I booked Las Caletas. How long is the boat ride from the ship? We have some family members who are worried about getting sick. Our very seasick friend just returned. It's about 45 minutes to an hour. It is a very stable catamaran. You won't feel much motion. Our seasick friend did not get seasick, so you should be okay. Christopher Hall, going to Orlando. Oh, we already got that one. Let's see here. Okay. Beretta Fleur, first RC cruise in May, and your channel is so helpful. Shall I try to book another cruise now during the wave deals or wait to see the deals on the ship? I would book it now because of wave season and this virus scare has prices pretty low. Personally, that's what I would do because you don't have anything to lose. Bill Byungo, when I go to Alaska in May, do I need my puffy jacket or is a 3-in-1 jacket good enough? Personally, I think the puffy is good. If your 3-in-1 is a rain layer and you also pack sweatshirts like hoodies and stuff under it, you'll be fine. Tara Rudd Trout said, weather parking tips. I think you mean packing tips for first week of April, New Orleans to Cozumel. You should be okay with general resort wear. I would take 1 or 2 outfits that could withstand some chill in case it gets cool in New Orleans or at sea, but mostly resort wear for you. Okay, Anne-Marie Passaretti. Anne-Marie, I'm glad you came on. I know you emailed me. Anne-Marie said, do cruise lines ever change embarkation ports or would they just cancel? So she's talking about with the virus scare right now, would they change an embarkation port? If they have enough advance notice, I think they may. Like, for example, for you, Anne-Marie, if your cruise is leaving out of Italy and this thing doesn't get under control, might they move it from like starting in Rome to maybe starting in Barcelona? They might, yes. If they can, they probably will. Julie Farney said, planning on booking a Southern Caribbean on Carnival Radiance for January 2020. Should I wait to book and see if prices go down or go for it now? I think go for it now and watch for price changes and ask to have them adjusted. That's what I would do. I think prices are good right now. They may get better in the next week or two, but we're more coming to the end. All right. Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog said, Sherry, what is your favorite cocktail or drink at Maya Chan? I'm going back in 2 weeks. Matt, I remember that I took a picture of the menu and I'm going to tell you which drink I ordered that I loved. I'm looking on my phone right now. I'm going all the way back to September, Matt. September. We were right in the middle of hurricane season for that cruise, guys. Whoa, that was crazy. Let's see. ¿Dónde está the menu for Maya Chan? Okay, I've got a picture of a margarita here that looks pretty darn good. Can you see that? Oh, that was good. What else? Where did that accent come from? What even was that accent? Was that a Southern accent? Okay. I know what it was. I see them now, Matt. It was the Maya Tai. The Maya Tai is white rum, orange, pineapple, and lime juice, topped with dark rum and a splash of grenadine. And I also had the margarita. They have pina coladas, daiquiris, and the Maya Chan iced tea as well. But yeah, I'm going with the Maya Tai is the one that I remember, and the margarita. Both were excellent. Oh, I found a picture of the Maya Tai. Check it out. Oh, it's guacamole and a Maya Tai. Let's try that again. Here we go, Matt. There's the Maya Tai. Ooh, and the guacamole. So good. Okay, I'm jelly that you're going to Maya Chan. I remember telling my husband, and when we vlogged, we talked about this too. I seriously, your blood pressure drops when you step on the property. Do you remember that feeling? Like you take off your shoes, there's like that tree house, and there's a gentle breeze, and it's like, whoa, this is amazing. So good. Kristen McCaskill said, any suggestions for Port Canaveral? I haven't spent a ton of time in Port Canaveral, but would you guys agree that the Kennedy Space Center and Cocoa Beach are good ideas for Port Canaveral? Let us know. Matt can maybe help with that because he's a Port Canaveral expert, I'm quite sure. Yes, the Maya Tai is the sherry special, and ask them to make it less sweet. And Tommy from Always Be Booked, having worked in the bar world for a long time, will say that's the most annoying thing in the world you could ever ask a bartender, because basically you're saying, I want it strong. But for me, that means just leave out some of the juice and just make it smaller. I don't care. Is basically what that means. Stephen Ames says, what's the best port to leave from Alaska? Ooh, maybe Vancouver, Seattle, or San Francisco are good options for you, Stephen. It just depends. Seattle's kind of a good first-time cruiser port, but Vancouver's beautiful too. LD said, I want to say thank you. You and hubby are so positive and doing an awesome job updating everyone on cruise news and cruise ideas. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. BLT Meek said, what are your excursion recommendations in St. Thomas for excursions? I haven't been to St. Thomas ever. Can you believe that? When we were going to go to probably just go to Megan's Bay or one of those beaches by cab, but there's a lot of great YouTube videos. There's also Doug at Cruise Radio has a how-to on how to go to St. Thomas, from St. Thomas to St. John on your own for the day. And I think that's what I'd do if I went back. Barbie G said, when would you get insurance for a cruise in 2021 September? Immediately when you book your cruise. Within 14 days. You need to book it when you book your cruise. Sorry, Barbie, to be emphatic about it, but it's really important that you book it early on for a lot of different reasons. Okay. All right. Tommy is the mayor of St. Thomas. Oh yeah, duh. St. Thomas. Tommy from Always Be Booked and his crew, they get one of the open air safari taxis and they basically commandeer it for a day and you pay like a per person price and the open air taxi guy will take you all over, play reggae music. Am I painting the picture well here, Tommy? And it sounds really cool. I think it'd be really fun. They stop at bars, they stop at lookout points, they do all the things. As Tommy says, they do all the things. All right, Arnold Labatete said, I'm going with my family of 5 on the 3-night cruise to Ensenada at the end of the month. It didn't say Catalina on my itinerary, but I see everybody stopping there in the videos. Are you wrong? If it's a 3-night, Arnold, you might be wrong. There are 3 and 4 nights that go out to Catalina and Ensenada, and so you might be on the one that just goes to Ensenada. Just log into your cruise personalizer and check and see if Catalina is a port. Click on itinerary in there and check and see if that is a port. Pauline said that margarita looks delicious. I know. Pauline, we didn't encounter any rough water, but there was a huge tropical depression. Tropical depression, Karen, resulted in our itinerary becoming a Western Caribbean itinerary instead of an Eastern Caribbean itinerary. So we didn't have any rough seas, but our itinerary was completely changed, and that is how we came upon Maya Chan. I remember Matt talking all about it, and we went to Maya Chan for the day in Costa Maya. It was fabulous. Sophie Burns, good excursions in Roatan. You guys, in Roatan, I've never been to Roatan. Let's help Sophie out. Blue Boys Adventure, ideas for park and stay hotels in Miami. Anybody have ideas for that too? I'm better at Fort Lauderdale than Miami, so I need help from our crew here. Margie said, do you cruise during hurricane season? Are prices lower? Love your cruise tips. Margie, yes. We did last year. And we were really close to that whole hurricane situation. Meaning, date-wise, if we had been a few weeks earlier, I think that we might have been canceled. Anyway, yes, the rates are much cheaper in the Caribbean during hurricane season. I think it's worth the risk, but you've got to remain flexible about your ports. Liza Ramirez, tips for Mazatlan. We mentioned some earlier, but taking a taxi over to Stone Island is great, or getting a resort day pass is also great. Leaving for Mediterranean cruise this week on MSC Grandiosa and pack carry-on only, but it's really stuffed, was yours. Oh, yes. It was very stuffed, like in an embarrassing way. You could try to take a few things out, or you could leverage your personal item or your carry-on bag and get a few things in there. Make sure you're using packing cubes so you can distribute the weight. Chris Knows Cruises is in the house. Chris says, hi, Sherry and Mr. Cruise Tips TV and Junior Editor. I'm going to love March Muster. Thank you all you do for the cruising community. Aw, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're going to love it too. We are super excited. Okay, guys, we need to wrap it up and feed this family dinner. If I didn't get to say hi to you in the house tonight, know that I'm going to go back and look at the chat tonight a little bit later after we've had some dinner so I can see what everybody was talking about. I absolutely love doing that. Liza, best tour on Panorama to Mazatlan on your own would be maybe go to Stone Island. It's a good way to save some money. We like to take a cab to the El Cid Marina Beach Resort and just hang out, but I haven't done it for years and I don't know if it's still a thing, so I want you to be careful about that. Awesome. Cool, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. Come join us again on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific for another live stream. I am going to pop, since we've talked so much about packing cubes tonight, I'm also going to pop a little article in here about reasons we love packing cubes, so you guys can check that out for your reading pleasure for the rest of the night. Thank you all so much for being here. We have missed you dearly. We can't wait to see you again Thursday. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas.
Cruiser of the week!
Hey, click me to subscribe.